What's up, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here for this week's edition of Stompbox Saturday, and today we are looking at my Fulltone OCD Obsessive-compulsive drive. And of all the dirt pedals that I've had over the years, there has been none I have been as obsessive about as this guy right here. It seems like every time I plug into it, I am constantly finding new ways of using it. This was the one thing I wanted for my 21st birthday. A little weird, aren't I? Don't most 21-year-olds want to drink themselves into oblivion? Well, I didn't. I wanted to play my way into euphoria, and it has been just that ever since then. It's a pretty simple pedal to use, and it can get you a lot of amazing tones with these controls. Volume, drive, and tone. But there's two key features that I think really give this pedal its oomph. And the first is the toggle switch up at the top of the pedal. There's two settings on it, LP and HP, stand for low peak and high peak respectively. Now what exactly they do, I can't really tell you, they're kind of hard to explain. So we're going to take a look at what they do a little later on in the video, and you can be the judge for yourself. The second thing you can do is you can run this pedal at either 9 or 18 volts. Now what's that going to do? Well, if you run it at 9 volts like I am right now, you're going to get a little bit more distortion and a little bit more gain sooner. And it's going to be maybe just a little bit less volume, and it's probably not going to be nearly as dynamic or have as wide of a dynamic range. Run it at 18 volts, it's going to bump up the headroom a little bit, give you a little bit more of a volume boost, increase the frequency response a little bit. Either way you slice it, you get great tones out of this pedal. 9 volt, 18 volt, low peak, high peak, anywhere you turn the knobs, you're going to find some great settings. So let's back up a little bit and let's take a look at what this toggle switch does. We're going to start with all knobs right at 12 o'clock on the dial, and we're going to go with the LP setting. This is the clean tone coming from my orange right now. And now for the OCD on the LP setting. Pretty nice. A little bit drop in volume, not quite as loud as you might want. You might want to boost up the volume a little bit, but it gets that really awesome kind of small amplifier cranked in the studio kind of tone, a la Jimmy Page and countless other awesome old recordings. So let's go ahead, same position of the knobs, now we're going to HB, and this is what we got. See on HP we get a little bit more of a volume boost. Things kind of broaden out a little bit across the whole frequency spectrum. We get a big open sound. Think of that more as your cranked Marshall in the stadium kind of sound. So we're done looking at that. Now let's turn the knobs and see what other tones we can get out of it. Let's go for kind of a smooth solo setting that we can use. Let's boost the volume a little bit, dial back the tone to make it a little bit darker, a little bit smoother. We'll keep it on HP for that little bit of a volume boost and a little bit more openness, and just put the drive a hair under 3 o'clock on the dial, and let's see what we got. Really nice, really smooth, just an all-around great sound to use in front of a clean amp. But of course, that's not the only way that you can use the OCD. You can use it in front of a dirty amp, like I like to use. So let's go ahead and turn on the distortion, and this is the basic distortion sound that I got going right now. Really nice, got that nice crunch, kind of medium to high gain just on the border. Well, let's go ahead and push this thing and see what we can get out of it. I'm telling you, put this thing in front of any kind of amplifier, it is going to inspire you to play. You are going to constantly be finding amazing uses for it. And of course, that's one of my favorite ways to use it. But the great thing about this pedal is just how incredibly dynamic it is and how responsive it is to your touch, your pick attack. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to play you guys out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for another Stompbox Saturday. And until then, cheers.